Nick.
Thanks so much. Well, the new report finds close to 6% of patients admitted to hospital in Canada have suffered harm that's preventable. Let's go live to CP24's George Lagojanis now for more on this rather disturbing situation here, George.
Yeah, Nick, thanks very much. I'm joined in studio now by Ryan Breedon from Campisi Law. Ryan, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
Now, if you have a pre-existing condition, you're a patient, there's a level of baked-in risk when you go to a hospital for treatment. We've all heard the horror stories of extreme medical malpractice, but what legal recourse does a patient have, an individual, when a hospital might close ranks and they can afford a really expensive defense?
Well, I think you've got three choices. So number one is you can make a complaint through the hospital process. Some patients do that. It may or may not be satisfactory. Number two is you can make complaints to the regulators. So the physicians and the nurses both are regulated by their colleges, and both of the colleges have a process that you can make complaints through there, and then an independent investigation will be completed. And number three, of course, is you can start a lawsuit.
Now, can an individual mount a case on their own without professional legal help? Is class action an option? And who are the primary clients for this kind of situation with your firm?
So class actions are possible, but only in very rare cases. And in the usual medical negligence case, it's specific to the individual patient, and so it wouldn't be a class action. A person could theoretically commence an action on their own behalf and try it themselves, but it's very specialized, and so almost always they need a lawyer in order to manage just putting all the pieces together to win the lawsuit. And we see people from all across the board. So, minor surgical procedures gone awry to misdiagnoses, any kind, all manner of things.
Well, that's it. It can be really daunting and kind of gauzy for the average person, right? The definition of something that's a minor negligence all the way up to a serious malpractice. It may be happening to you right under your nose, and you really don't even necessarily know. How do you approach a case like this on an individual basis, your firm?
So a client comes in and they have a problem. Sometimes we can figure out right off the bat if there's a case or there's not a case, just based on what the patient has told us. In order to win a medical malpractice lawsuit, you need experts who will say that the physicians or the nurses breached the standard of care. And so usually the first thing that anybody who practices in this field will do is go and try and retain experts to take a look at the case to see whether they're going to be able to meet that threshold or not. If they are, then we issue a claim and off we go.
How do we stack up against the states, for example, when it comes to this kind of litigation?
I think the litigation is much more common in the states based on sort of what I've heard. I don't know that I don't know that there's statistics to compare the number of incidents in each jurisdiction.
Ryan Breedon from Campisi Law, thanks very much for your time. Really appreciate it. I know it's a busy season for you, so anytime you can get in here and help us out.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Nick, that's it for now. We'll have more on the story throughout the day. Back to you.
All right, George, thanks very much. Traffic and your long-range weather forecast, they are coming up next. Right now, 10:07 and 2 degrees. This